Welcome, everybody. Hope you are having a great day. This is CommunityFIT, and we are going to have a stress reset class today. So, welcome. Last week, we spent some time exploring expectations and some of the stories and narratives that run through our mind and how that creates stress in our body when expectations don't match up with reality. So, if you did not join us last week, I highly recommend contacting Alicia and the CommunityFIT program and getting some of those recordings. Hopefully, you have been practicing and playing with that stuff. That, to me, what we did last week is some of the most powerful, important work that I have experienced and that I work with in a lot of clients. This week, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to switch gears over to when I feel stressed, when I feel anxious, when I feel traumatized, tense, however it shows up for you, what are some immediate things that I can do to take down my stress fever and over time build up a better relationship with the sensation of being stressed? Because again, stressed isn't up here. Stressed is in the body. Stressed is a physiologic response. So today, what I want you, if it were me taking this class, what I would do is sort of note how I feel right now, take a little personal inventory. We're going to play with that at the beginning of class. And then as I move through the practices, the explorations from today, I would either mentally note the 1 to 5 things that felt really important for me, for you to remember and do and have in your pocket, or keep a piece of paper with you, write it down, or ask for the videos and write them down then. So again, we're going to take a little inventory. We're going to go through a series of things, and then we're going to take a little inventory at the end. If you are feeling stressed right now, anxious, traumatized, whatever it is, good for you, because you're going to have a real life experience. If you're like, I'm feeling really relaxed, I'm having a really great day, maybe go into that book of beliefs, those expectations that we covered last week, and kind of get yourself anxious a little bit, work yourself up a little bit. Oh, I should be this. Maybe I should have practiced more. Maybe I should be better at this. Maybe you should already know these things. Whatever it is, working from a place of stress right now is going to be beneficial. So let's get started. We're going to start by taking an inventory. So sit, lie down, stand up, be still, move around, work, do whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Eyes opened, eyes closed. Just take a breath and kind of notice. This first one we're going to do is, it's an indisputable way, it's based in science on how to tell if your nervous system is stressed. It's also, you know how when you work out and you're supposed to have recovery days and you're like, I don't know if I'm recovered or not. I feel okay, or maybe I don't feel okay. This same test will let you know if you are recovered enough to really push it that day, because muscle integrity, whether your body is recovered or not, has everything to do with the nervous system and has everything to do with your tolerance to CO2, carbon dioxide. So here's what we're going to do. You are going to take, for this test, if you're going to do this to see if you're recovered to work out that day, or to see how healthy your nervous system is overall, do it first thing in the morning. Like, you wake up, you get your bearings, and you do this test. Got it? Here's what we're going to do. You're going to start by taking 4 deep breaths, whatever that means for you. And an inhale and an exhale. And a great big inhale and a great big exhale. 2 more on your own. When I say it, we're all collectively going to do a huge inhale, hold our breath for a moment, and slowly let out air for as long as you can let out air. Got it? 1 more cleansing inhale. Big inhale exhale. Collectively, together, everyone take a great big inhale. Hold your breath and exhale as slowly as you can. Exhaling, 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 exhaling. Keep going. How long can you exhale for? If you have run out of air right now, note that. Keep exhaling. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Just looking at a clock here. Keep going. If between the last time I said note and right now you have run out of air, note that. If you still have air to go, note that. Now, everyone collectively, take an inhale and an exhale. If you take in a few breaths, then a big inhale, do an exhale. As you exhale, if you are below 30 to 25 seconds, that was that first demarcation. That means that your nervous system is stressed. If you were to wake up in the morning and do that and you are under 30 seconds, it means you are not recovered. You are not ready to do a big workout that day. You need to do some nervous system toning work. You need to wait. If you were between the first one and the second time I said note, that means you're an average nervous system. Like you're coping, you're okay, you're ready for life. If you, when I said note this, or if you still have air to go, it means your nervous system is in a really healthy, good space. It means you're ready to take on the world, you're ready to go and work out, you're ready to have that important conversation because your nervous system, your body, you are ready for that. So it's a few breaths, then it's a great big inhale, a slow exhalation. Can I make it over 30 seconds? Hopefully between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. Somewhere between 30 seconds and about a minute, is that like, you're probably pretty good. If it's under 30 seconds, you got it, but pay attention today. Pay attention. So note that I can take an inventory of just what I feel, or if I want something more objective, I can go to that CO2 tolerance test and immediately get feedback of, look at this. Now, let's go into a little breathing. Breathing is the only function in your body that you have total control over, and yet you have zero control over. You have total control over because you can regulate it. You can breathe however it is you want to breathe. You can take great big inhales, great big exhales. You can time it, you cannot. Also, if I put you underneath water for X amount of time, your body would reflexively breathe. You have no control over it. Your body is set up to keep breathing. So it's the only system in our body that we have total control over, and yet is a necessary automatic function. So it's a gateway into the nervous system. When I teach breathing, I never teach do it this way, not this way. I always present options. If you've taken any classes with me, you're usually presented with an option that day. Today, I will teach you how I teach breath work to new students, which is, here are some options. Which one works best for you? So we're gonna start off by just inhaling and exhaling. Take an inhale and an exhale. When you feel stressed, if you can remember to breathe, I guarantee it's going to minimize that stress fever. Take an inhale, take an exhale. Tip number 1, increase your exhalation. Your heart listens for that. Your nervous system, your brain listens for that. If you take a regular, short, abbreviated inhale and a long, extended exhale, your nervous system will down-regulate in a positive way. Your heart rate will decrease. You will have more space in heart rate variability, meaning the ability to get ramped up and the ability to calm down. So all you have to remember is short inhale, long exhale. For some of you, that may work. For the rest of us, we're going to go into box breathing. I want you to imagine an invisible square in front of you. All four sides are equal. We're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold our breath for 4, exhale for 4, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, all 4 counts. So I'll do the counting, you do the breathing. Nice deep inhale to cleanse, exhale to prepare, inhale, 4, 3, 2, hold your breath, 4, 3, 2, exhale, 4, 3, 2, hold your breath, 4, 3, 2, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Go back to normal breathing. Which one did I prefer? Which one did you prefer? Abbreviated, long exhale, or box breathing? Remember that. Compare it to 4, 7, 8. Inhale for a count of 4, holding your breath for a count of 7, exhaling for a count of 8. 4, 7, 8. You do the breathing, I will do the counting. Inhale to prepare, exhale to prepare. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, hold your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, hold your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, hold your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Compare the first one I've chosen in 4, 7, 8. Which one did I like better? Note it. That's the better one to keep doing. That's the better one to put in your pocket. 4, 7, 8 versus listening for breath. I'm going to do an inhale. I'm going to hold my breath for as long as I comfortably feel holding my breath. I'm going to listen to myself exhale as I exhale and deep dive. Hold my breath for as long as I feel comfortable holding my breath. Short, quick inhale, bubble up, hold. When you feel ready, deep dive into your exhale. Hold your breath. When you feel ready, short, quick breath in, hold. And rest. Which one of those breathing techniques should become a practice for me? Which one of those should I remember? Which one of those should I put in my pocket and have when I feel stressed? When I know I'm stressed because I've done the CO2 test. When I know I'm stressed because I can feel it in my body. When I know I'm stressed because I'm running a story and expectation versus meeting reality. Which one do I need to remember? And if I can't remember any of those, I just remember to breathe. Or physiologic sigh. 2 quick inhales. Inhale, inhale, exhale. One we cover all the time. Again, physiologic sigh. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. From there, if I'm feeling stressed, if I'm feeling tense, if I'm in a moment where I just need some support, I orient myself to the space. I can do it as simply as observing what's in the room. I can see plants, I can see a window, I can see a door, I can see lights, I can see equipment in here. What do you see in your room? Maybe you see a dog or a cat or a person or a sofa or a chair. You're just looking around. Maybe I'm in a space where I can't really look around. Maybe I have to orient myself in a different way. What do I hear? In this room, I hear an air conditioner, a subtle hum. I can hear the traffic outside. I heard myself scratch my head. I can hear the sound of my own voice. Maybe I have to orient myself from what I feel. I can feel the clothing on me. I can feel the air current from the air conditioner in the room. I can feel myself sitting on solid ground. How do I know I'm right here, right now, in real time, in reality? Orientation. I breathe, and then I orient. We covered this a few weeks ago for me, and what I wish my legacy in stress reset, what I wish my legacy in all of my movement teaching to be, it's wide sits bones. So sitting wherever you are right now, can you allow the two bones you're sitting on, your right sit bone, your left sit bone, the bones underneath your butt cheeks, to feel as if they get wider? You can contract them, in fact, make them. Can't make it happen. There's a yielding, a relaxing, and allowing for wide sit bones. It changes the way you feel what you're sitting on. I'm allowing myself to dilate open, to relax, to widen. When we get stressed, the pelvic floor tenses and squeezes. That makes our thoracic diaphragm, our breathing diaphragm, tense and squeeze. It makes the throat squeeze up. You can shift it by going, oh, I feel narrow in my sit bones. Dilate open, relax. I breathe, I orient, I dilate open, which can allow me to soften my gaze, just sort of begin to notice the periphery, whatever it is I'm looking at. All immediate, all accessible, no matter where you are. I can orient in some way, I can breathe, and I can allow my sits bones to be wide and open. You can do that in a meeting. You can do that during an important conversation. You can do that while you're driving. You can do that while you're exercising. You can literally do all of those things anywhere you are. But you got to notice, is my stress fever spiking or am I okay? And if I don't know, I can always go into my CO2 test. If I don't know what it feels like, if I'm so dissociated, if I'm so used to the feeling of stress and anxiety and trauma, maybe I need that objective, clinical, science-backed CO2 test. From there, maybe you have some space to self-care. What do you do then? Well, if you're in a meeting, you can always excuse yourself to the restroom. Lock yourself up in a stall for a couple of minutes. You can take yourself to your bedroom. You can take yourself to another room. You can go for a drive. You can go on your own, or you can just be in your space. But what do you do then? Well, some of the stuff we have been doing. Number one, bring your hands together, get them warmed. Put them on the front of your throat. Just relax. I want you to think about this. When someone receives horrible news, when you're shocked, when you're disappointed, when you're saddened, what do? Naturally, you grab here, you grab here, you grab here, you touch your face. So touching these areas where we are highly innervated to process stress, to process emotion, to share facial expressions with one another. That's how we emote. Emotions are a representation of how you are feeling inside. This helps to regulate that. So I can just kind of hold here, hold the jaw, whatever the case may be. So many of us carry stress in our tension and in our face and in our upper neck. It has everything to do with what's called the trigeminal nerves and how they are in relationship with what's called the vagus nerve. That rises up, splits, becomes trigeminal nerve, and contracts the face when we don't feel it's safe to emote. We don't feel it's safe to share our internal experience. So we go stone-faced, we hold it in, we clench, we contract. So I'm dilating open, I'm breathing, I'm orienting, and now I'm just doing a little self-care. Just a little. It's way more simple than what we think it is. It's not easy. It's not easy to allow yourself to remember to do these things, to create space and to trust in these things, but it's so, so simple. From there, I can go into some of my tapping. So I can tap on my chest, I can tap on my jaw, I can tap on my face or my head. If I'm in a meeting, I can tap in between thumb and index finger right there. I can tap on that. I can tap down the ring finger or the index finger here. I can just do a little self-massage here. I could be at a meeting doing this underneath the table, always to relieve stress. I can go into what's called havening. I can just take and stroke my arm. Here, all you're doing is petting your arm like you might do a cat or a dog, or rubbing a loved one's back when they don't feel well, when they're in distress. Here, everyone wants to know, like, what's the magic sauce with this? Well, there are nerves that are designed to be touched. What you're doing is sending electrical nervous signals into a portion of the brain that is really smart and also really dumb. Its job is to discern, am I having a good experience? Am I having a bad experience? And that's it. Am I okay? Am I not okay? Do I like this? Do I not like this? This is usually a very satisfying, pleasurable experience. You can try the other side. If you don't like that, you can do your face. You can do your hands. It's just a very soft touch. Think to yourself, we get very confused in our culture. It's a sensual touch, not a sexual touch. It's a sensual, good feeling, satisfying. I like the way that feels touch. We don't often explore that. And it overrides a portion of our brain that goes, you're stressed and you're not okay and you got to get out of here. This is your way of telling yourself, you're okay. I'm okay here. So if I'm in a meeting, I can just do this. I can do my breathing and dilating open. If it's something even more stressful, there's important news, there's taxes, there's a global pandemic going on, I can take myself into my room. I can do this, do a little breathing, I can do some havening, I can do some tapping. I can orient myself in the room. Just let myself feel a little bit better. From there, I can just kind of do my swaying. Sometimes think about it. When a muscle braces, that's a contraction. It's supporting you against physical tension. Well, our nervous system also braces and contracts, and that will cause us to kind of be tense, upright. We know the feeling. If you look at someone and you're like, oh, you look like you're tense, they are. So just going into a little bit of seaweed spine here, dilating open, letting your sits bones be wide, just kind of looking around the room. Short inhale, long exhale. Just breathing through that. Now, hopefully by now you've written down a couple of things. You found some things that work, some things that didn't, some things that you can remember, some things that feel really, really valuable, things that you can do anywhere, things that you can do when you need a little more assistance. Some of the best things you can do for yourself is vocalization practices. Humming, sighing, singing has been scientifically proven to, in a positive way, stimulate the vagus nerve, reset the nervous system, diminish or decrease stress, and allow ourselves to be open to the world around us. We just don't allow ourselves to do it a lot because at a very young age, you're taught in kindergarten, good girls and boys are quiet. You don't share something unless you have something important to say. Well, a lot of what I'm talking about here is pre-articulate. It's not actual words, it's sounds. It's allowing that long exhalation to come up, vibrating through your body, and sharing some of what's going on. So we're going to start off with a sigh. If you don't feel comfortable vocalizing, or you're in a space where it is not appropriate, let's say you're in a busy office or someone's working next to you, just do some breathing or take yourself into a space where you can do this. So nice deep inhale. Sighing. If you want to level it up a little bit, turn your sigh into a hum. It can be closed mouth or open mouth. And if you're someone who wants a directive, a do this to feel better, do the VOO breath. We're going to do a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to make the sound VOO. V-O-O-O-O. V-O-O-O-O. Take an inhale. VOO. Let your stomach go. VOO. Again. VOO. Or just if you're stuck in traffic, if you are processing an argument, if you're processing grief, trauma, turn on some of your favorite music and start to sing along with it. Just allow yourself to sing. It is helping to process emotions. It's helping to process breath. It's helping to process these sounds that literally go in and vibrate some nerves in a very positive way. We can do our little, we can do some of this, some of this. I can orient, I can dilate open to the experience. These are things that can be done in the moment, right exactly whenever it is that I feel stressed. Now, what happens if I need even more support? Well, here's what I hear so much. I'm feeling stressed and I need to calm down. I need to just lay down and calm down. Your body is, you are smart. Your body is smart. Don't you think if you could have calmed down, you would have? Like, you're not doing anything wrong. You're choosing, you're trying to build a fence with like a stapler. You're using the wrong tool for the wrong job. When you feel worked up and stressed and you really need that support, let's say you've tried some of these practices and it's just not working for you. Some options: take yourself for a walk. Go outside, take yourself for a walk. Movement helps to process stress. Movement releases what are called hope molecules, literal molecules that your brain, your body digests and metabolizes into what we call hope. It's a positive thing. The more your muscles squeeze, meaning the more contraction there is, the more hope molecules are made. So walking is great. Doing some wiggling is great. Lifting weights, running, punching, heavy duty exercise, even better. Doesn't mean that one is correct or not, because if you're feeling stressed, heavy exercise could also stimulate a stress reflex in the body. You've just got to figure out what's the appropriate amount of exercise, of movement that I need, especially outdoors. We are attuned to that. Number two, get yourself in a positive relationship with a friend. Why do we feel good after talking to our friend? Social regulation. My nervous system is not just a closed container. I am in relationship to other people. So if you find you are always stressed, consider the company you're keeping. I'll say it again. If you are always stressed, consider the company that you are keeping. We are not self-regulating. Have you ever walked in and been in a good mood and you start talking with someone and all of a sudden you're not in a good mood? Well, there's a nerve for that. That's the vagus nerve. That's social regulation. So if you're having a tough time in your own life, get around people, friends Dogs, cats, humans. Dogs and cats also help regulate us. Any mammal can do this. Reptiles can't, mammals can. Helps us to regulate our own personal nervous system. So get in a positive relationship with someone. I can go outside, I can move. I can be in a positive relationship. Shocking your nervous system will also help. Putting your hands in cold water, putting your face in cold water, taking a cold water bath or shower will help reset the nervous system. That's when you need that extra bit of support. I'm not calming down, I'm not re-regulating from these. Now, and you can see it's not about sitting and relaxing and zenning away. They're actionable tools. And this last one, I cannot give you a more profound practice than this. It's unwinding. We've done it a few ways. I can do it as simple as shaking. It's literally shaking off the stress. I can lay on the ground and do my floppy fish. Or here, have my temper tantrum and really start to shake and get angry and shake and move and temper tantrum. And then settle in. Want you to now take an inventory. What do you notice? What do you feel now? What's your experience now? And if you have time after class, do the CO2 test again. See if anything has changed for you. I'm hoping you have collected at least 2 to 3 new tools today, things that you will remember that you can use in the moment when your expectations don't match up with reality and that stress fever sets in. So thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow for a Move Lab and then again on Friday for Stress Reset. I'll stick around for any questions you might have. Thanks again.
Hi, everyone. Hi, James.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, I'm good. Thank you for that. Yeah, I was just putting in the chat, like I always try to learn from my dogs because, you know, dogs shake all the time and they're re-regulating their nervous system. They get stressed about something or they get you know, like frazzled about something, and then as soon as they're over it, they shake it off and then they're over it.
Right.
It's so strange to watch my dog's personalities change when they shake it off.
Right. Well, and to acknowledge that the same is accessible to us. And we've just adulted our way out of it. And it's like we've adulted our way out of it, and then you end up in my studio paying a lot of money for me to tell you to throw a temper tantrum.
Right. Yep. Yeah, my partner's been asking me a lot why I've been throwing temper tantrums in front of him. And then we start laughing.
There you go. You're like, James
I just start acting all crazy, and then it's like whatever we were stressed about is gone now. I think you did have a question in the Q&A here from Tanya. It says, James, I often find I feel stressed when I think of controlling my exhale. Could the CO2 test also be done using humming or the
Yeah. So humming, if you think about it, things like humming, things like VU, things like any of those, especially like humming or even singing, like trying to hold a note, you are doing a controlled exhalation. You're doing a timed exhalation. And for so many people, that's why I teach breath work in the way that I do, because case study after case study has shown that people, it can incite a trauma reflex, a stress reflex, to have to control or do breathing in a certain way. And so I have learned to not tell people how to breathe, but to give them options on what to do. So Tanya, play with that and just see if something like the VU breath would be really, really hard because you're expelling so much air at the beginning with the V that I would imagine it would be hard to get past that. But something like a slow hum or holding a note, even if it's sort of a flat note, like no one bought a ticket to your humming singing show. So feel free to sing horribly, no one cares. But to do something like that might be beneficial. I think I would stay away from the VU breath with that, just from the nature of what it is. Or sighing, sighing is like a dump of exhalation followed by slow, where the CO2, you're really wanting to see how long can I hold in this CO2 before my body goes, got to get it out, got to get more oxygen in.
Good point. All right. Don't see any other questions. So thank
Yep.
you so much, James. So we'll
Cool.
see everybody tomorrow for Move Lab. And
Yep.
also just a reminder that all of the links, all up until last week, all of the videos are up on our choosewha.com/communityfit. I'll type it in right now. So if you want to go revisit anything, they are up and available.
Good. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We will have a very similar experience on Friday, and then we wrap it up next week, last week of this series.
Can you believe it?
No,
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what? It
so
sort
fast.
of is all blended together, right? I feel like I've been teaching CommunityFIT since 1978, but it also feels but it also feels like, man, we just started this. How did these 6 weeks really go by?
So Tanya, it's not ending. So you'll have access to all of the recordings, of course, and then we're starting up again in September. So we're doing 5 blocks of live classes over the next year. So you'll always have access to the on-demand, and then we'll be starting up live, every few weeks. So
yeah,
awesome. Okay.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.